In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to choose your hairline when it comes to scalp micropigmentation. My name is Will Quay. I'm a clinical trichologist and specialist scalp micropigmentation artist, helping you guys that are struggling with hair loss. Okay, so let's get into the video. Now, hot topic, hot off the press, how to choose your hairline when it comes to scalp micropigmentation. Now, again, you know, to be honest, you won't find me on forums, right? Because there's so much like whack, 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 whack going on about, you know, that hairline ain't right for him, that hairline ain't right for her, you know, blah, 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 blah. Now, my opinion is I have a certain style, which I like to sort of stick to. And most people that come to me because of my style. Now, when I say style, it's more of the way I apply it and the finish that I give my clients. This finish can be applied to so many different hairlines. It can be straight hairlines, round hairlines, peaked hairlines, receded hairlines. You know, they're just to name a few. There's this term going around like, you know, natural hairlines. We do the most natural hairlines in the industry, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Now, my personal opinion, when it comes to natural hairlines, we're not talking about the shape. The shape can be anything, you know. I could give you a straight hairline and still make it look super natural. I could give you a receded hairline and still make it look super natural. I actually think when people are actually describing, well, I actually think they're not. They don't know what they're talking about. When I describe a natural hairline, I'm talking about the finish, like yeah, like nice and, do you know what I mean? Like soft. That's what I'm talking about. And I think if you can keep most hairlines soft or softish, it's always gonna age well, you know? The harder the hairline, in my humble opinion, and when I mean harder, I mean more dense at the tips, it doesn't age as well. Not to say it don't age okay, but not as well. Like the softer, the better in my opinion. Now, you know, people have different hairlines for different reasons. Some people go, oh, I can't have that hairline because, you know, that's for black people, or, you know, that's for brown people, or that's for white people. Now, it's got nothing to do with the colour of your skin and what hairline you have. But some people culturally, now, when I mean culturally, you know, just where they reside or where they've been brought up or the area that they live, they may favour more harder hairlines rather than, you know, harder shapes. Rather than softer shapes, nothing to do with skin colour, right? Okay, so that's how I would approach that. Now, some people want a stronger finish, some people want a softer finish. Now, how I describe my hairlines is if you wanted a more youthful shape or a more stronger shape, I would always suggest having a strong shape but a soft finish. Like, for me, it works, yeah? Strong shape, soft finish. Now, that being said, if you're one of these guys that come in and you're not quite sure what you want, there is ways that I can look at you visually and just with my eye, just, you know, I've been doing this a long time now, I will have an idea of what I think is going to work with you based on a few key points, right? So I'll explain those key points. Now, one of those is they got the 4-finger rule. I say they, but it's down to attention. The 4-finger rule, right? So if you roughly hold your little finger on your eyebrows and then draw a pencil line above the top finger, that's kind of like a safe zone. Now, I do a few different things, and if you've done my trainings, you're gonna know, but I won't talk about it in this video. It's more for other artists, but this is for you guys wanting to get this done, okay? So I would say that gives you a gauge, okay, roughly, but that coupled with, if you just lift your eyebrows up, look, oh my God, I think I need Botox. It's a bit wrinkly, but you get the idea, yeah? You see that last muscle up there on my wrinkles, yeah? That's kind of like anything below, that's like a, not really a go zone, it's a no-go zone. Anything above that, sweet, yeah? So, but you'll find, like, if you look at mine's fairly straight, but some people, that muscle will be slightly convexed or concaved or slightly rounded or slightly square. Everyone's different. That will give you a rough idea of what your natural features want to do with your hairline. And I would always say, if you go with that, you're not gonna be far wrong. But, you know, it might be too receded for you and then you want to drop it down, that's fine. But you know, if you're not sure, I would definitely sort of use that as a guide to gauge where your hairline could be and where it's going to look good. And again, you know, when it comes to the height of where it is, you know, that 4-finger rule, that's a real rough guide. It don't always work on people. You do it on some people, you're like, hang on a minute, we've got loads of room here, like we can drop it down. It depends. But what I'll always suggest is that if you're unsure and you get to your clinic or your artist, whoever's doing your SMP, and you're still a little bit, I don't know, I'm scared, I don't know what I want. Let them use their expertise and give you what think's gonna work, but just make it like, you know, roughly a fingernail higher than your lowest point, if that makes sense. Because in that way, you've always got room to change. You've always got room to move. You can drop it. You can make it less receded. There's always somewhere to go, and that's the way we do it. That's how I would start by choosing your hairline. There's all other little bits and bobs involved when it comes to your side profiles and where. But then once you've got a rough guide, you can then drop it up, drop it down, make it more rounded, make it more receded. You know, there's so many things you can do, and you know, you'll see me here sketching on someone's hairline. It probably is the most important part, you know, because that's what people see, like, you know, or that's what they're gonna see straight away. So I can understand why you guys freak out a little bit when it comes to the hairline. And when we do it right, we don't make it easy for you, yeah? So we draw it with like a white pencil, yeah, which you're gonna see now. So we're drawing, actually I'll show you. We're like drawing, like, this is just a chap I had in this morning. Well, we actually finished his third session this morning, but this is when he came in for his first session. So you can see it's like a white line on his head, which looks a little bit scary, yeah? But what you got to remember, you know, if you're going to a decent artist like me, you know, we're not going to be going like, you know, like on that line. It's just not, that's just a guide like to where I want to sort of drop to, but I'll be going in, out, down, left, right, shake it all about. I'll make it look so like, you'll see, like, you know, if you've been watching that stuff, you'll see what I do and you won't believe the line was ever there. It's just a guide. So it is hard for you to like trust, and I really do get it, but because you're like, oh, it's like, you know, looks like a big white line, it's scary. But once you've had your first session, I promise you'll start to relax, and then the second session you'll be buzzing to get back, and then we can start tweaking it and changing the shape and, you know, little things like that. So that is how I would choose a hairline for scalp micropigmentation. I also, for me, listen, this is a form of art. Now I believe art is best done when the artist has the eye. Do you know what I mean? He's looking, and you know, I'll be looking at, I'm just looking like, so whenever you see me work on clients, I'll be looking directly at them because that's what other people are going to see. And sometimes when you look at yourself in the mirror, that's not what other people are seeing. Like, it kind of like flips it a little bit. So I use my guides to get me where I think it should be roughly, but I'm also looking at my artistic eye and I'm just thinking, well, okay, I think it looks better like this, I think it looks better like that. Now, you're only going to get that if you book in with a decent artist who knows what he's doing. So my number one take away from this video for you would be just do your research, and if you've seen an artist that has done something that you like, book in with them. Don't take pictures and videos from other people and then take it to this particular guy, whether it be me or someone else, and go, can you do that? Just go to that guy, because that's obviously what you like. So if you've seen it done before, it can be done again, although everyone's slightly different, but it just gives you guides, yeah? And then over the 3 sessions, we end up getting there. So we got you covered. And if you have any questions when it comes to hairlines and what's best going to suit you, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, or all our contact details you can find on www.scalpnation.co.uk. You know, you can fill out a consultation form, send in your photos, and I can give you a rough idea, have a chat with you, it won't cost you nothing. Have a chat with you and we can decide what hairline's going to be right for you. And that's the end of the video. See you on the next one.